Hello Aquarius, and welcome to my channel, and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. This is a love and relationship reading for Aquarius from the 24th of September to the 7th of October 2018. Please make sure to watch your moon and rising sign for a more complete picture. If you would like a personal reading, please contact me via my email address or my website, and I put the links in the description box. I've also put the decks that I'm using in the description box and links to Amazon and eBay where you can purchase these decks. And please don't forget to watch the new video series of deck reviews that I'm doing. So like, share and subscribe if these messages resonate with you, and please leave me a comment. Okay, so I'm just going to do a general energy read for you, and then I will do a general tarot read after that. Okay, so the first card, it says seek some advice and support from a friend, and there's some sort of news coming in, some sort of communication coming in, and you're going to have to ask your friend for some advice. You might be facing some unexpected obstacles and delay. Maybe your relationship is not moving fast enough, or maybe something has happened that has caused you to have to take a step back from that relationship itself. But you will need to seek some support and advice from a friend. So in the past, you've been involved in some sort of good friendship, maybe with this new person, and it seems like you've now developed a very strong sexual attraction to this person, and so you've got that friendship going as well as that sexual attraction going. So that's a very good place to start. So and maybe now that you've got this strong attraction to this person, that is why you need to actually seek advice on how to proceed from this friend of yours. And you might be going on a first date with this person. So if you seek advice from your friend, maybe they'll tell you how to go about it, and you will end up going on a first date with this person. And you've got a sense of hopelessness going on over there, so don't be depressed, or have a lot more confidence in yourself instead of feeling a bit down. Maybe that's how you're feeling right now, but it looks like you will go on. Maybe this you want to go on a first date with this person, but there are unexpected obstacles and delays, and that is causing you to feel a bit down and depressed. But try and get over that. Things will start moving forward, and you will go on this first date with this person. And they might be sending you some sort of news, some sort of communication coming in from them. So you might be getting some sort of news from them that is going to be it's going to make you happy. So get some advice and stop feeling down. Things will move on. These delays are just temporary, and they're not something that's going to cause a lot of problems, if you like. You will, if you're very attracted to this person, it looks like you will end up going on some date with them. So that's the energies for that week. So I'm just going to draw some cards from this tarot. I have shuffled it. Let's just cut it. Okay, so the first card is the High Priestess, which says that, you might be spending a lot of time by yourself, doing a lot of self-reflection, thinking about how you can proceed. You're relying a lot on your intuition to do things. There might be things that are hidden from you, information that has not come to light. You're going through this period of loneliness, but if you can see in the background over here, she's got the moon card, the moon, and it's the last phase of the moon. So whatever you're going through is coming to an end. And, you will be moving into a new cycle of abundance. And, you do need to rely on yourself, go deep within yourself. Don't really, I know it said look for advice from a friend, but for the most part, try to rely on what you should do, because you do have an answer to what you should do. It is something that you're going to have to look deep within, and you'll have an instinctual idea about what to do. This is, using your own intuition to get through things, and being aware that things are being hidden from you. Not everything is revealed. And also the High Priestess is a card that says, wait, don't act at this particular moment. The information, things will proceed, and it's a card of cycles, so things will proceed according to the way that they're supposed to happen. You have to wait for that divine timing to happen, especially with the High Priestess. So not jumping into things too quickly, relying on it, and actually, just going through that information first before you make any kind of big decisions. So the first, what's going on around you, you've got the Ace of Swords, and it is crossed by the Six of Rods. So you can see there's a new beginning of communication, new kind of communication coming in within your relationship. And because of this communication, this was crossing it, the Six of Rods, you can see that you will get, there's some sort of reconciliation or some kind of getting together where you put aside your differences. This rod is lying on the floor. So you all have decided to, put aside your differences and get back together again. And this is because this communication has, channels of communication have opened up between the two of you. So it looks like there's some sort of reconciliation or getting back together with somebody from the past, putting aside your differences, and you'll seem to be managing to talk to each other. So you all are getting along a lot better. So in the last year, this person has, there was an offer that came in. This is a very emotionally fulfilling offer that has come to you, and this person has presented it with the Knight of Cups, and they are really in love with you, and they really want to have this relationship with you. So you have this relationship or new relationship with this person from the last year, and you at the moment are the Queen of Staves. You're a very independent person. You know your mind, you know what you want. Maybe you've been involved in your work so much, and you've not spent so much of time on that relationship, and you're getting on with things. You're a very get up and go person. You don't like to sit around or hang about and wait for things to happen. The Queen of Rods is like that, very compassionate. You've got a lot of things going on, a lot of fires, irons in the fire, as they say. And you're very busy. She's a very, very busy queen, very independent and very, very busy. Now you're worried that things might end up in this relationship having, it might break down, because that's the Tower card, and you're worried that there's loss of communication, or everything will fall apart, or it's not a good relationship, and that's been playing on your mind quite a bit, that it's going to cause such a big disruption to your life that you don't really want to get that committed to it. But it looks like you start communication, and it looks like you'll get along quite well. So maybe there have been a little bit of differences between the two of you, but it seems like once you start talking to each other, you will end up bridging that gap. And then you've got the Ace of Coins coming in over here. So there's a new endeavor that the both of you will start together, because you can see these two animals here. I think they're meerkats, probably, and they're starting. They're under that coin. So it looks like if you people open the communication with each other and resolve your differences, it looks like you will be able to start something together. You might buy a house together. You might start a business project together. You might start something where you're both working at, it's to do with money, it's to do with gaining possessions. So you will acquire things together if you open the channels of communication and you start talking to each other. So it looks like there's some strong foundation that is going to be built, but you'll need to actually talk to each other, open the channels of communication, and reconcile via that way, in order for you to start building something, start making something permanent. So you've got the Knight of Swords representing you, which is, somebody who's rushing into arguments too quickly. So try not to get irritated and, count to 10, I always say, with the Knight of Swords, because it can be somebody who, he's got a very sharp tongue. He's got the sword after all, and can have very cutting words. And, jumping into things and rushing to things, haphazardly doing things is not the way to go about things. So if you're that person who is rushing into arguments too quickly, or getting irritated too quickly, or very sharp-tongued, you try and stop and think about what you got to say first before you say anything, because you don't want to cause any more problems. And if you want this relationship to grow, then you've got to take it and handle it as though it was a child, and you have to nurture it like a child. Speak nicely to it, speak kindly to your partner, in order for you to grow this relationship. But try not to get yourself upset too quickly. And the star is saying, there's a lot of inspiration. It's a card of guidance, divine guidance. You might need to, pray about it, meditate with it. make sure that there's peace, harmony. So you will have to practice that. You can see there's a lot of love over there within it, and they've got the water, the emotions, and it looks like a very calming card. So you will have to try and just temper it down. Make sure that you are praying about it, that you are seeking divine guidance, and that you're trying to keep things as peaceful as possible in order for things to proceed. So you do want a relationship that has got a good basis, and that it is that brings you like financial rewards as well. So you want to get that home, that family. You want all the material things that are associated with a long-term permanent relationship, especially with the Queen of Coins. She's somebody who is nurturing, so you want that family life, and she's somebody who has accumulated wealth, so you want all of that, and you want that you want to be part of a relationship, but you also want your independence as well. So you want to be treated with that kind of respect, especially with the Queen of Coins. So that's been what your hopes are. So going into the future, you've got the Six of Swords, the Magician, and the Seven of Swords. So it looks like, if you don't resolve issues, you might end up moving away from the relationship itself if you can't sort out the problems that you have, if it gets too overwhelming for you. With the Six of Swords, it's moving away from something that is if there's too much of drama, moving away from it and deciding that this is not something that you want. So maybe that's been playing a lot on your mind, and you've been thinking about it quite a bit. You've been certainly spending a lot of time by yourself thinking about it, and you can see this woman's got the sword in the boat, and she is going away with it. So you might be considering moving away from this relationship, because maybe you feel that even though you reconcile, it might not be worth your while, and you want to go away from that kind of situation. You want to go and start something. Maybe you get maybe this particular thing is, you want a new job, or you want new money to come in, you want to move away from it. So it looks like with the Six of Swords, you're planning on actually, moving away from that relationship, giving it up. Because it looks like you want to manifest something new, some kind of new relationship, or you want to manifest a new job. It looks like you're very busy. You've been working very, very hard on this relationship, and you feel like maybe if it's not serving you, you're deciding that you want to go somewhere else and start something new, start something fresh, do something else. So it looks like that Magician card is coming in. You want to move away from something of the past, and you want to move towards manifesting something new. And it looks like this could be you, or it could be the person that you're moving away from. They're thinking a lot. The person that you're moving away from is thinking a lot about you. They have got you on their mind, and they do want you back. They want to reconcile with you. This person's laid down the sword. Maybe the communication has not happened, and he's got this vision of this woman behind him. So you are a lot on their mind. So they're thinking a lot about you, and it looks like they do want you back. So even though you've decided to move away and do something different, this person is still very much in love with you and really does want to get back with you. They have a vision that they want you back. So I'm just going to draw some cards for the advice. So you've got the Four of Gabriel, which says, time for celebration, abundant rewards for hard work, release yourself from burdensome situations. So with the Four of Gabriel, it says, release yourself from burdensome situations. If something is not serving you, maybe it is time to actually move on to something better. There could be reconciliation here with this card, and there are a lot of rewards coming in as well. But if the relationship is not serving you, it says, release yourself from it. The 10 of Raphael, 10 is usually the end of cycles, which says, love, blessings, and harmony fill your life. Harmonious relationships, happily ever after. Now, if you decide to carry on with this relationship and proceed with it, if you decide that you're not going to move away and this person is very much in love with you, it could end up in a marriage with these two cards. This is the Four of Gabriel, which is like the Four of Rods, and you've got the 10 of Raphael, which is like a family card as well. So it could go either way. If you decide that you want to put your effort into this relationship, you could make it work very well, and you could end up in a situation where you have a marriage or you have something stable and long term. And with the Seven of Ariel says you have invested wisely, have patience to wait for the harvest, review your progress and make plans for the next endeavor. So if you decide that you don't want to walk away, because it looks like you are deciding to move away from this relationship with the Six of Swords to something calmer, maybe there is too much of drama, but it seems like this person, they seem to be very much in love with you. They're thinking a lot about you. So if you decide to stay and carry on with the relationship, after you talk to this person, you might decide, with this Ace of Swords over here, you might decide that, you can reconcile with this person. Then it looks like if you can make it happen and not get, lose your temper too quickly or rush into fights and battles too quickly, then, it could end up in a stable relationship, which could end up in a marriage with these two cards. And it looks like, it's a good investment. This person seems to be quite reliable, quite stable, and somebody that you get along with. And it would be somebody that you can produce a lot of abundance with. So you have a choice to make, really, about what you want to do within this relationship. If you decide that you can put in the effort and you are not going to be rushing into things and being upset too quickly, then you can make this relationship work, and it can be something that will bring you a lot of benefits, a lot of harvest, and you can become that queen of coins where you get what you want. So, and the person involved does seem to be very nice. They seem to be very reliable, and maybe somebody worth investing in if you can open up that channel of communication and really speak to them. So I hope that this message has resonated with you, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.